Hello, hi, you guys. Coach Hadassah here, metaphysician, personal development coach, wellness entrepreneur, and founding member of Extreme FX Global Academy, where Bitcoin and Forex collides. And today is Friday. It's Freedom Friday, and we are doing a recap of our Freedom Friday talk from earlier, where we kind of highlight, not kind of highlighted, we did highlight. We highlighted our brother Travis Jackson over here in our community, who is just like so overjoyed about his own freedom because his freedom was taken away from him at some point in his life where he spent 20 years confined, right? And he talked about in his story where when he when he pretty much locked up, let's talk how we talk, right? When he got locked up, his son was one. And when he came home, he was finally released. His son was 21. So he missed 20 years of his son's life, right? But he's out here now and he's doing wonderful, amazing things in our community. Like I'm just watching him doing different like music events and just all kinds of stuff. Him and his fiance, they are out here killing the game over here in our community. And it's just awesome to see. And then the program that he was talking about that he's rolling out that's called Ex-Cons to Icons. And so I just have to toot, I have to share that, right, and toot his horn and just really push that whole thing, his program, Ex-Cons to Icons, because hey, in our community, that's one of the things that we face. My brother, I have three brothers, but my not my youngest brother, but my younger brother, same thing happened with him where 5 years of his life he spent incarcerated. He came out and and when I say he went back a couple of times, it wasn't like he did something or anything, but just trying to work. That's pretty much it. Him having a job. And a lot of times, when they come out, they're not even able to find a job because with that record, out of the system, right? That's just it. They are locked out of the system. And so it was a blessing that he was able to, get a job. But here's the thing, by him having the job that he has as a driver, it's pretty much, if he gets stopped, he at work and he can get stopped. And next thing you know, boom, he's right back there. And that's happened before. And it's just a lot of mess that goes along with it that doesn't have to be, especially when they're just really trying to rebuild their lives. And so that's what we talked about on this Freedom Friday, because look, there is another way. That is not we have the world's system, but then we have the kingdom's system. Okay? And that kingdom system is not predicated on the world and the way that it does things. And that's the thing about it. That's what freedom is all about in the kingdom. Okay? Because the king of all kings is a sovereign one. And what is sovereign but freedom? What is sovereign but free reign? Right? And because we are the children of the Most High, right? We are the children of the kingdom. Then when we step into this realm where we abide by, right? We do abide by the universal laws because, look, hold on one second. I'm gonna drink some water in between because I can't have nothing with my throat. so so here's the thing about that. Like I was saying, in the kingdom, with the king of all kings, the master of all masters, the lord of all lords, all of that is sovereign. Sovereign. And so we do have universal laws in the kingdom, but then we know in this world's system, there are laws that's not really laws predicated on universal laws that are being passed, that's again not, they're not just, put it that way. They are not just. And so that's just one of those things about freedom. Because what happened with the children of Israel? They were in a world, right? And because of that world system, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit too, because there was a death decree that was put out in that world, in that government, because what? Pharaoh, which is a king, um, pretty much was like, mm, these people are many, right? Like they're growing in number. And we want to curtail this growth of these people. And so we're going to put this decree out. Now, this is government. We're going to put this decree out. Okay. And this decree, making it a law, that we're going to kill the Hebrew male children ages 2 and under. We're talking about toddlers and babies, right? And that's what they set out to do. And why? Because they knew the times. They had astrologers where religion is telling you that that's a demonic thing or something like that. No. In government, even right now, they're still using astrologers. Okay. Why? Because astrology is really a universal time clock. Because in the scriptures, Genesis 1, what is it, 1:14 through 18, where it talked about that the sun and the moon and the stars being planets, that the stars will be for times and for days and for seasons. That's telling you what time it is. It's a universal time clock. That's what true astrology is, right? And when you have those planetary or star alignments in the heavens, you can, like, there's an app that you could get on your phone. I have it on my phone, and you can see where certain planets are in certain places, and that the star structure would be like, you got the 12 constellations, or really 13. There's 13 constellations. You got Aries, you have Taurus, you have Gemini, you have Cancer, you have Leo, you have Virgo, right? You have Libra, you have, after Libra. And the reason why I'm kind of slowing down is because there's one in between there that most people don't know about. So there's Libra, there's Scorpio, there's I believe it's pronounced Okaphus, right? Okaphus or Osiphus, in which it's this man that's wrestling a snake. He's wrestling a serpent. That's all of us, right? And then there's Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius and Pisces. So it's 13 constellations, just as there were 12 disciples, and that 13 would be, the 13 is a master number. So that 13 would be what? Joshua, right? And so those are, things happen where they change stuff to where people wouldn't know the days and the times and the seasons, right? Like we're going into a new year and people think that the new year's passed already. No, the new year starts at the new moon in the month of Abib, which is the month of April. The end of the year is at the full moon, at the last full moon in the month of March, in which, did we have it already? Is it coming up? It might be coming up, or it already happened. And this year, the last moon, the last full moon of the year would be in Libra. Last year was in Virgo. This year it's going to be in Libra. So, in March. So that's that changing of the times and things. And so they put these decrees out in law. So they made it legal. I'll say legal. They made it legal to kill Hebrew male children, 2 and under. Well, what does that look like today? It looks like the killing of the spirit, killing of the soul or the mind, because mind, soul, and psyche is synonymous. So the killing of the spirit, the killing of the mind, the killing of the emotions, the killing of the mental faculties, the killing of the physical body too, in many forms that happens. And I'm not gonna even get into things being injected to the body. That's a whole nother, I ain't gonna talk about that. Right? The killing of your social circle, taking you away from the social circle where you're isolated, right? The killing of the materials that you would need in order to be able to even build your life, the killing of your finances. That's all death, right? And if you can start that with I mean, we could go into a whole host of things where men being taken away from the homes in some way, shape, form, or fashion through a whole lot of things, right? And then the like I said, in the killing in some way, shape, form, or fashion of the male, or just really everybody, right? But the males through media, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. But it's that of the mind now. But here's the thing: we can be free. We can be free. We have to choose it. We have to choose it. We really do. And so in our community with Extreme FX Global Academy, that's what we're doing. I'm not sure if you've seen, and you may have, or you may not have, but just right within our logo, right within our logo itself is a what? It's a red cross, right? Extreme, a red cross, because each one of us is carrying a cross, right? It said it in the scriptures, right? We have to take up our own cross, right? Each one of us is carrying some type of cross. We all have to experience some type of death in order to be reborn, revived, rejuvenated, restored, our regeneration, in order to do what? Have life, and have life more abundantly. So on this Freedom Friday, okay, these are the things that we talked about earlier, in our talk. And then being able to, not only help ourselves, of course, but then help those, like, who in your family, like, seriously, who in your family who, may be incarcerated now, or may have been incarcerated at some point, you know, and they all have that same thing, that same story to share. And here's the thing about it: they need the resources that's available, and especially that we have here in Extreme FX Global Academy. There's no one judging them on their past, right? There's no one that's telling them that you can or you can't do this. There's no one doing it. And that's the thing that we say: you are the only one that can stop you. And at a certain point, you can't even do it either. I always say that, like we say the affirmations: I'm the only one that could stop me, and I can't even stop me, because if I could, I wouldn't even be on this live. I wouldn't. That's another talk for another day. Maybe we'll do that on Talk About It Tuesday, or something like that, or maybe a Monday or something, right? But I couldn't even stop me, you know? And so If you have someone in your family that may have experienced that in their lives, this is an opportunity that you can share with them. Or maybe you have somebody that's incarcerated right now. This is an opportunity that can be shared where, look, they're able to get this education, learn how to trade on the forex market. They're able to build a community of others to where that's a stream of income along with some other things. And then guess what? You have the ability where when they do come out, they have income. They have income. They're not limited. They're not limited in their moves. A lot of times, situations or things that happens, because I mean, some come through with this whatever their charge was, but in a lot of cases those charges were due to not having resources, not having jobs, not having whatever available in their community. And so just like anybody else, you have to feed your belly and you have to put some clothes on your back, right? That's pretty much it. You got to feed your belly. You got to put some clothes on your back. You got to have some money in order for you to be able to do the things that you want to do. And then they end up selling something. They end up selling a product that's available in their neighborhoods that they didn't bring in, right? That they didn't bring in. But here's the thing about it. What if because it's a product, but it's a product that's illegal. Okay. So basically, what we're seeing is an entrepreneur with the wrong product. That's it. An entrepreneur with the wrong product. But what if we took that same entrepreneur, because that's really what a hustler is, an entrepreneur, right? What if we took that same entrepreneur with those same skills that they have, because it's a skill set that they have that most people don't, and we put the right product in their hands that is not against the law, right? Then what? And they have the ability to not only be educated in a $7.3 trillion market, but then also share this opportunity with other people and get compensated as a result. We always say it's a personal development program with a compensation plan. You're being compensated to grow. They're being compensated to grow into better entrepreneurs. That's it. And that's what we have, and that's what it is that we share, and that's what we want to do. We always say each one teach one, right? Helping your neighbor, all of that. That's what it is that we're doing. So of course, my time is I done went over the time by 3 minutes. Right? 3 minutes and about 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. And so we're going to end this. That is our recap for our 15-minute mind reset. That's now at 18 minutes or so. So, we're going to come on here tomorrow again for Saturday. And our Saturday's theme is self-care Saturday. Many people, keep the Sabbath and things like that, which is a rest day. And self-care is definitely all about resting your mind, being rejuvenated, restored, all that great stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow for self-care Saturday, and we'll talk about that with self-care, because it's very important. We kind of touched on it a little bit yesterday too, so we can bring that back. And then maybe if I have Coach Cotton here. Are you here, Coach Cotton? Yeah, maybe we'll have Coach Cotton come on if she's available. But you know what? She might be at that at retreat tomorrow. Darn it. Well, she could tell us all about it at another at another time. So again, we'll see you back here tomorrow, right? For Self-Care Saturday. And we have a hyper launch that's coming up at 7 o'clock. So you grab that information that you see scrolling down there. You go into Linktree/Coach Hadassah. I'm sorry. I don't want to forget the dot. Linktree/Coach Hadassah. Click on Zoom, enter in the password power, and I'll see you right over there so I can share with you this wonderful opportunity. It takes about 10, 15 minutes, like for real, for real. If I did the presentation as is, it'll be 10 minutes. If I ad lib, it'll be another 5. All right. So we'll see you over there. All right. And if you've heard this already, you've been to the Hyper Lounge and all of that, then guess what? I'll see you tomorrow on Self Care Saturday. Okay. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.